Owen Coyle surprised Football England when he left Burnley for Bolton as manager, and on Tuesday evening he faces his old side again. It's Bolton against Burnley, and Jonathan Deeley here with me from the odds department. This will be a lot of eyes on Owen Coyle.
Yeah.
Did he do right, did he do wrong? Who knows?
It's amazing how often football seems to throw up these situations and scenarios, isn't it, Dan? I mean, the manager moves, he's suddenly from being the good boy at one club, becomes the bad boy at the club. You know, he brought tremendous success in a short space of time to Burnley, and now of course he's crossed over to Bolton. And obviously it would be ironic in the end if it backfired on him, and Burnley managed to somehow stay up and Bolton were the ones that actually got relegated. But I think one of the key things to say here is that 19th place Bolton, 15th place Burnley, they're both in dreadful form. Burnley's away form is the worst in the Premiership, whereas Bolton's home form is the second worst in the Premiership. So we really do have a sort of bargain basement job here, unfortunately, on Tuesday night. It's likely, in my opinion, though, Dan, to be a pretty close game. It's a local derby. There have only been 2 previous meetings between these sides in the last 15 years, and both ended in a 1-1 draw. So I personally wouldn't be betting against the draw.
No.
It's quite a likely scenario.
Yeah, 345. Bolton is quite clear favourite, 180, but that's probably much up to, as Jonathan said, that Burnley have only nicked 1 point from 11 away games so far this season. So draw is maybe the bet, 345. Also on Tuesday we have probably for many a double to bet on. Tottenham against Fulham, 160 on Tottenham, and Wolves Liverpool. Liverpool are 175. Jonathan, can we trust Liverpool?
Well, that's a good point. I mean, I looked at this game, Dan, and I thought exactly what you thought. I thought 175 for Liverpool away in the current sort of climate, not exactly inspiring. But I think what we have to also point out is, sorry to say this to all you Wolves fans, but you are hopeless at Molineux. You're hopeless. You're hopeless. You've won 3 games, you've only scored 9 goals this season in the Premiership at Molineux. So, sorry, I mean, frankly, for me, this is very easy 3 points for Liverpool.
And maybe you go with Tottenham. And also intriguing for you, as a West Ham supporter.
Well, absolutely.
You have Portsmouth away in a pure 6 point.
Yes, and suddenly, this is a very interesting game. Suddenly, we're the ones with loads of money. We've got Sullivan and goal. They've come in and ridden into the club and bought us, saved us from oblivion. And poor old Portsmouth, you've got to feel very sorry for them. Those fantastic supporters in Portsmouth, they really are fantastic, and they deserve better than this. But I won't get involved in the politics of the club, except to say this is a very important game, obviously, for both teams. And who would know that Portsmouth have the worst home form of all Premiership sides. But then again, looking at it another way, who do West Ham have up front? Nobody. There's no one there at the moment. At the moment we're trying to buy who? James Beattie, Benny McCarthy, Robbie Keane, possibly all on the wish list of someone.
Even Ruben Nistelrooy was mentioned.
Anyone actually who can pull on a shirt and play up front. It's been rumoured coming to Fratton Park. So we've got loads of money. But I personally would predict a very close encounter here. 5 of the last 6 league games involving West Ham have been under 2.5 goals. That's the way I would be looking at for a betting angle.
There you have it, under 2.5 goals at Fratton Park, Portsmouth versus West Ham. Also Bolton, Burnley, of course, the big one. Owen Coyle, will he share or will he lose? We'll see. Thanks, Jonathan.
Pleasure.